we come back to what do we do right now to put guns in the hands of the people who are being tormented, who are being invaded. The constitutional force majeure that we activated on the 16th of December in 2020 has gone through the implementation phases that involved enlightenment and mobilization, going towards enforcement now. And we have come to where we must activate the armed self-defense component of the self-determination that is being asserted. And how will it go? How was it designed to go? How can it go now? The governors will remember that on the 17th of April in 2021, after the 90 days had lapsed, the 90 days notice we gave to the federal government to come to the discussion of this union dispute raised. It lapsed on the 16th of March. So by the 17th, we then invited the governors to come in 30 days that followed to the discussion, because the federal government is on one side. The governors will either be on the side of their people in this debate or cling with the side of the enemy, holding that constitution as sacrosanct. The people have repudiated this constitution. I'm sure we remember by solemn assembly in Port Harcourt, 27 April 2015, the peoples of the lower Niger, that's the south and southeast, or the old Midwestern region and eastern region, the nationalities spread across those 11 states of now, had gathered as ethnic nations in Port Harcourt to repudiate that constitution to the hearing of the whole world. On the 7th of September in 2017, the Yoruba did a similar thing. Yoruba Solemn Assembly at Adamasingba Stadium in Ibadan. Their governors were all present. Their traditional rulers were present, including the Oni, and all kinds of their political leaders, repudiating that constitution as basis of union for them. On the 18th of July in 2018, the Middle Belt did likewise. And so, having all repudiated that constitution, it is that constitution by its exclusive list that sequestered the control of arms to the government, federal government. It is that constitution that forbids the states from touching arms or ammunition. It is that constitution that put police and other security, army and all the other things in between in the hands of the federal government exclusively. And so, the peoples of the land, the indigenous nationalities of Nigeria, in exercise of their sovereignty, have repudiated the constitution by which their sovereignty is confiscated and detained, by which they are exposed to this kind of danger of being killed because there's some federal government that has exclusive control over guns. And so, on the 17th of April 2021, NINAS then invited the governors to specific actions they must take after the 30-day consultation. Those actions, boil down to going to send bills to the state assembly, their state assemblies, because they have to be either on the side of their people who are being invaded and killed, or on the side of the enemy that is hanging onto that constitution as basis of union. Their people have rejected that constitution that tied their hands and removed guns from their hands. So the governors were invited to now step up to fill the gap. The federal government, the complicity of the federal government is no longer in dispute. Danjuma told us in 2018, in March 2018, that the government of Nigeria was complicit in the invasion that was going on, that people should get ready to defend themselves. Again, we had the privilege of going to Washington to share with those who are fighting with ISIS, to say that ISIS is now in our sub-region. In fact, headquartered in our country, and that our president and commander-in-chief seem to be their chief host. Of course, things have happened to show abundantly that there's complicity. Otherwise, who pulled out the soldiers that were guarding Kuje prison 24 hours before this last assault? What was it, the terror, the demand of the terror attack, the people that attacked the train between Kaduna and Abuja? What were they, what was it they were saying about some promise that was made to them that must be fulfilled concerning land and all kinds of other things? So it's no longer in doubt that there is complicity of the government of Nigeria and its armed forces, organized by the Fulani, controlled by the Fulani exclusively. And so the governors were invited to send bills. You know, in the last broadcast, we said, if our people will listen to us now, we will tell them what to do to put guns in the hands of those who have been invaded legitimately. The governors must now, this is now marching order from the owners of the sovereignty. The governors must now step into that role of filling the gap, since the federal government is not coming to defend them. Rather, the federal government is complicit in the attack. The governors must now do like Samuel Otom did, taking to the same advice, to send bills to the state assemblies. Let those state assemblies pass the bills. Let the governors sign the bills into law to issue firearms to agencies they are going to create to defend their people. It's not enough to say the people should go and defend themselves. How would they do it? How would they organize themselves to be able to push back when 200-300, militia men, Fulani militia, turn up in their communities bearing AK-47, 3 men per motorcycle? That's the way they move. And so if you have a community that can hardly boast of 100 or 200 people, how are they going to respond if they are surrounded by 900 men carrying fully loaded AK-47? Is it by jawbone they are going to defend them? I ask Pastor Adeboye. Is it by what means? So the governors cannot be going in the name of the people to collect 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion every month. The governors cannot be collecting taxes and buying houses in Switzerland and Ikoyi for themselves. And then when it comes to doing what they should do to defend the people that are being killed, they say Constitution say there's nothing. Constitution is dead. The 1999 Constitution is no longer able to prevent you from doing whatever you can be doing for yourself.